Hi guys, we have something super exciting that just arrived this week, a carbon fiber replacement Telecaster neck from Klos guitars. If you want to skip right to the install or the demo and don't want to hear me yap, I've got timestamps down in the description for how it sounds before, how it sounds after, the install itself, and the very important gig test. As guitar players, we spend most of our time with our hands on the neck of the guitar. Things like the weight, fret quality, durability, and feel are so important for a working musician. If I'm ever at a guitar store and I'm checking out instruments, one of the first things that will deter me from snagging a guitar is how the neck feels. I'm a pretty busy working musician, so I will regularly be moving my guitars from my studio to the car to the stage all year long. From freezing load-ins in the winter to sweaty outdoor summer gigs, packed bars and clubs, I need a neck that can handle wear and tear. So I was scrolling on Instagram one day and I saw an advertisement for Klos guitars and how they have a drop-in carbon fiber replacement neck, and I was pretty intrigued by it. Carbon fiber is damn near indestructible and it's known for its stability. Long story short, I ordered a Strat neck from them, dropped it in, and been gigging with it this entire month, and I've been loving it. The install was incredibly easy, and I told myself that I would do a video on my Telecaster once that neck shipped. These drop-in necks are equipped with stainless steel frets, fits on Telecasters, Stratocasters, and Jazzmasters. They have different models for each of them. They also have options to remove the logo from the headstock if you just want a clean look. They have an option for locking tuners, matching pick guards, different fretboard radiuses. And just a heads up, I have no affiliation or anything with Klos. I paid for the neck out of my own pocket. I just really like the concept. Speaking on that note, let's talk about cost. These things are by no means cheap. I believe the base price is about between like $600 or $700, depending on coupon codes and sales. Now, to put that in perspective, a Fender drop-in roasted maple neck is about $399, so this is definitely more pricey. So what do you get for that extra money? In theory, this neck should last you a lifetime. Between the stainless steel frets and the carbon fiber, the thing's a tank. You shouldn't have to worry about necks cracking, warping, getting dented, or your frets needing replacing. All right, so we got the box in. Let's go ahead and install the thing. All right, so we have the box opened up. It looks like we have either drill guides. I'm assuming these are drilling guides. If you want to mine's pre-drilled holes in here, so it should drop right into the existing telly. I'm assuming these are drill guides and not spacers. So yes, we have one of these included. The tools, everything needed for it, including a drill bit in case you need to actually drill into it, is included as well. Got a guitar pick, little screwdriver. We got everything we need. So let's go ahead and get it installed. Oh, side note when we get started too. I'm pretty sure, I think I read it on there too. You actually should not, when you actually screw the neck in, do not use an electric drill for that. They have this little hand screw that they want you to use. I think it's just so it doesn't accidentally strip anything. So be careful on that. Make sure you read all the instructions before you go ahead and do it. Okay, so we got the replacement neck in here. Got all the parts. Let's go ahead and do it. Hand screw. Got the old neck. Pocket feels pretty sturdy. It looks beautiful already. I like the black on black. It also comes with the neck mount screws, so make sure you use these instead of your old ones. These are made for the threading inside the neck. So I'm gonna kind of get these just kind of initially kind of get to where they're starting on the threading, and then I'm gonna actually make sure everything seems like it's aligned right. The neck pocket feels great. And like they're saying, use their included screwdriver in it. And then once we kind of get it set, I'm going to check the alignment and make sure that the spacing between the high and low E's look good. Alright, now that it's in there. Just making sure that neck gap is flush. Then we're just going to hand tighten, make sure everything is pretty good. I didn't get a lot of left and right, so let's see. There we go. That seems like it. That is it. That's a clean looking neck. I like that. All right, let's string it up and see how it sounds. So just to kind of give you guys a comparison on maybe you're worried about what it's going to sound like, I have a Telecaster right here. We're going to do a little before and after test. I'm going to play some random stuff before I swap the neck in. We'll swap it in, see how it sounds after, and you guys can let me know what you think about that. All right, so we got the new neck on. You guys saw install was pretty easy. Didn't have to reset the neck pocket. Everything's looking good. No strings are hanging off frets. The action feels good. Not getting any like weird buzzing. I didn't have to touch the truss rod at all. It came like this. I'm not too sure about the intonation. Yeah, pretty good. I can't like these are made to like drop in on these kind of guitars, so I can't imagine there being any like differences in scale length or anything, or why you need to really adjust the intonation. But easy drop in. Let's hear how it sounds. Yeah, so overall it feels good. If you are used to like gloss necks, that'd probably be my only thing. Like a lot of times with roasted maple, when you play a ton of gigs, it just gets really, really smooth. With these kind of necks too, it's kind of like if you're familiar with like a gloss neck, it would feel pretty much at home to that. Overall tone, I'd say it feels a little bit brighter. I don't know how much of that might be attributed to the brand new fresh strings. The strings on the other guitar were only maybe like a week old. So that might be why it sounds a little brighter to my ears. But yeah, it feels good. So something new I'm trying out on my channel when I'm testing out gear is do what I call the gig test. I think the best way to put an instrument through its paces is on stage in front of a crowd. It's one thing to set up the lights and cameras in a controlled environment, but how will this hold up after a couple hours of sweat and abuse? Alright, so this is my post-show thoughts just to discuss how it all held up. The weight on the neck was noticeably different, but in a really good way. It definitely felt lighter than a traditional wood neck, which felt great after 3 hours of playing. As far as the neck feels as a whole, the fret edging all felt great. I played a little over 3 hours on stage that night, and usually if the neck has those issues, it'll stick out like a sore thumb. The intonation and neck relief were spot on, and I haven't had to touch the truss rod since I received it. I didn't actually feel like the neck was too sticky or anything, which sometimes I feel with lacquered necks. I think the lower weight of the neck itself might have helped just cause a bit less friction as a whole when I was moving my hand up and down the neck. Tone-wise, I feel like it was a bit more controlled on the low end. I usually nuke anything under 80 Hz live coming from my guitar anyway, so I don't think I was really missing much there. As far as stability as a whole, I was definitely needing to retune a bit in the first set, but that was due to the fresher strings in general. For context, I'd say it was maybe like mid-30s outside and somewhere in the mid-70s inside, so it's a good bit of temperature difference. I pulled out my other carbon fiber neck equipped with the guitar just to see how the other one handled the temperature changes, since those strings were on a bit longer and the tuning was perfect. If you want a closer look at the ins and outs of the average gig from my perspective, I'm actually posting regular gig vlogs. This includes like load-in, sound checks, the music, all the chaos, and the nitty-gritty of what the average show experience is like for a working musician. All right, back to my overall thoughts. So who might this neck be for? I'd suggest this for like a regularly gigging mid to experienced level guitarist who isn't afraid of trying something different. Like, I'll be blunt, my guitars are tools. When I'm on stage, I'm less worried about tone, woods, and tradition, and I'm more worried about getting through the gig with no issues. If you spend a long time gigging, you know how annoying things like fret sprout, neck warping, chip frets, cracks in the headstock can be. If you're more of a hobbyist or your instrument doesn't really leave your studio or bedroom, these might not actually be big issues for you. If you already have a high-end guitar that's a roasted maple or has stainless steel frets or even just a worn-in neck that you really love, it might not be worth the swap money-wise. I threw mine in a Mexican Telly, and those necks can be fantastic. I do think if you snagged a cool-looking cheap Squire body, swapped out the pickups, and dropped in one of these necks, you can get a total workhorse gigging guitar for under $1,000 that can last you a lifetime. So that's all for today. If you liked the video, please feel free to hit that like button. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and subscribe. I want to know your thoughts. What do you consider like a non-wood neck on your guitar? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.